are, man. This is the first time all four of us are. Oh my goodness!
Did you see that machine?
Welcome home, baby.
Who is that?
Sherrod.
Don't worry about that. I love how you entice me and then I can't ask questions. Let's just put it this way. Sherrod's showing me a nude on the Instagram.
Yo, cuz, she's clean like a Barbie doll, cuz.
You think? All right, so here's the deal. We're at Gebhards, and it's the first time all four of us have been together since, Carl likes to say, since I got fired. I guess no one else got fired, technically. But
yeah, you're right. That's true.
Since they blew up the show. So it's me, it's Carl Ruiz, it's Sherrod Small, and it's Vic Henley, and it's Nick Solaris over there. We've done combinations of this, but we haven't gotten all of us in one place at the same. Will you stop?
I'm chill.
another Instagram nude.
Her pee-pee is dope.
Is there a story behind that?
No, it's just cool.
I heard the story. It was better than watching the Avengers. I want to give Sherrod $8 when he was done with this story.
Wow. Both of y'all are doing really fine.
That's all right.
Sherrod is the worst. He tempts me, and then you can't ask questions.
It's a sexy little
He's the worst.
And I've hung out with Sherrod, and I've probably hung out with Sherrod 3 times since I've been single, and even Sherrod looks at me and goes, I can only handle you once a week.
Yeah,
Carl.
he's an animal.
You're just, it's too much. It's too. I don't stop till we achieve the goal.
That's why I didn't let him in my apartment earlier.
This is
I'm like, Carl has slept in my apartment twice.
Yes.
You will never go inside my fucking apartment.
This is motherfucking Sparta now.
Right. Oh yeah, this is gonna get ugly. I went and got Vic Henley. I was hanging outside his apartment. Vic is hung outside my apartment. So we're getting there.
It's getting closer and closer.
It's getting closer where we might get to see each other's apartments. I don't know. We'll
I'm
see.
not allowed in. Carl apparently can show up at any moment, ring a goddamn buzzer, and
I had
get
to
right
bring a
in.
$400 bottle of wine.
Oh, I didn't know.
And then he was like, I'm like, I have wine for your wife. He's like, come on up.
He gave me no choice. It was the day he was having a bad day. Sherrod.
Oh, were you?
That was the day drinking episode that we called you. By the way, I don't know where you were.
Was I in Detroit? Maybe I was in Detroit.
You might have been, but Carl was in a bad
You were in
spot.
Detroit.
Yeah.
You were
He was in a bad
Yeah.
spot. He called me and he's like, "Let me up."
Yeah.
And then I didn't.
I want to go day drinking. That was the day I had to sign off everything and sign a paper to say, some of us had to learn how to be a chef. Now you just became one automatically.
Oh, no. It's also the first day I had my best caviar ever.
We had
At the end of
caviar.
that
It was
day.
great.
Oh, really?
And he stacked it like a club sandwich. You got to eat it like the
Sure,
club
you know how
sandwich.
we
You got to stack it
Nick,
up.
no, Nick wants to
Nick
talk.
Solaris.
Get
All
Nick
I'm
in
saying
there.
was that Vic's best day was Carl's worst day.
That's all you remember from that day.
Yeah,
We had
it's true.
excellent caviar.
Carl, your tears are so salty. I had so much to the caviar sandwich.
You ain't worth the salt in my tears, Vic.
Nice call.
What do you got?
Oh,
What do you got on
no,
that?
I'm no.
You ain't
I smoked
worth
with him.
the
I got it. No.
I smoked with him.
I smoked with him. I can't answer.
I thought he said Smurf.
Why are you blaming a black man for your own vices?
No, it's my fault. Right.
I'll give you one. I'll give you
R.E.M.
Marty
Robbins? Marty Stewart.
Marty Ballin. Marty Ballin.
Jefferson Airplane? Jefferson Starship. Marty Ballard.
Yeah, he had his own hit. You
love
ain't
this
worth
spirit.
the salt in my tears.
Ain't that the truth?
I love
That's
I got to go to Sherrod Small. So
Yeah.
Sherrod got a lot of attention in the last week or so with the Pete Davidson Ariana Grande photo.
Yeah, I got that out on. What did I do? I just put it up on Instagram, but everybody fucking took it and ran with it. It was on People Magazine and Entertainment Tonight and fucking
Right.
something else.
What's
No,
I did
my
3 interviews.
my girl's daughter now wants to go to the wedding.
Oh, really?
She
She
thinks
wants to
she's
go?
got a hookup.
I got her.
She's
That's gonna be the only wedding with a
she's
fucking bouncy
already-
house.
She's already,
Oh, it's on.
I hope they like Chuck E. Cheese.
It's on.
what?
he
They're
said
young.
it.
They're
I
young.
didn't say
No,
it.
cause just gonna say young, but it's definitely love. They're in love, money.
Well,
It's good to see Pete so happy. Too.
All right. Well, first of all, Pete's like 23, 24 years old.
24, yeah.
24, and we've known him forever.
Yeah.
Is he all right?
Yeah, he's
I
good.
haven't talked to him in a minute.
He looks good.
We usually keep in touch. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Is he all right?
He looks all right. He sounds all right. He killed on stage.
Right.
The motherfucker got a new energy in him. And
Yeah,
it's,
but
it's
why
good.
he breaks up with Larry David's daughter and then
Right.
and then gets engaged 2 weeks later?
It sounds like a Larry David episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Larry David
Somebody
taught him
cue the
well.
horn.
No, that's the Price is Right, right?
Like, yeah, he's,
That was the Price is Right.
They definitely in love, though. I would say they are in love. She's cool as shit. We were laughing all night.
Why do they have to get engaged? What's up?
Why does it bother you,
I mean, let 'em-
Because it's weird. We got to talk about something.
But usually you didn't stop my fucking car accident, did you? My whole life blew up 9 times in front of you.
Didn't give a shit.
Didn't give a
Did not give a shit.
He sat there in his fucking pajamas on the 38th floor, being like,
Right.
"It'll work through." Give me some fake motivational quotes. Hey,
Call my
Sarah,
shaman. Call my shaman.
with his fucking $90 shaman, his Groupon shaman, running his fucking mouth.
Shoot some darts.
Now you're worried about
into your-
Ariana Grande kale drinking.
Because you don't get more famous than her.
I told you, she got 121 million followers.
On what?
On Instagram.
On Instagram.
I didn't even think it was that many people on Instagram
He's
altogether.
fucking now he wants to be now he's friends with her.
I
How
was-
about me? I carried your musty podcast equipment up and down his fucking stupid street.
Musty.
I was like, fucking, I thought I was in the movie Beat Street.
He didn't bring it in that plastic bag this time, did he?
Oh my god!
No,
he has
we got
Ubons was talking about your bag, nigga.
Oh, he showed up to the barbecue
No, he came
with a
to my
plastic
house.
bag with his
They thought you brought seasoning.
bro. Sherrod, he showed up with his Centrum silver bag and his Earth shoes, where they give $5 to some guy that's caged up in Mexico.
They talked about my plastic bag.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about.
Hillbillies were making fun of me.
They were
What the fuck?
They were trying to do a GoFundMe for an attaché case.
I think the hashtag was queer man bag.
Oh my god!
Oh, that's the queer eye for the straight guy.
I showed up with a plastic bag with some portable podcast equipment that didn't work. By the way,
It didn't work.
I lost 40 killer minutes.
What?
Killer. Because they gave me that crappy equipment and it finally crapped out for real.
That's probably
And then-
debatable. 40.
So this
killer
is new
minutes.
stuff.
Carl? Yeah. I know he wants to make fun, but were we crushing? And then I had to call you the next day and go, cuz we only got half that shit. And then I put my phone on
Right.
to
Yes.
capture some of it.
Yeah,
Whatever.
You missed it.
I mean, I wouldn't say crushing.
There you go.
Here we go. We got angry Carl.
He's in a mood.
You left me in a bar for an hour and a half.
I told you could have walked with me.
You could have Ubered, bitch. It's 2018.
I'm not Ubering. With me and Vic did a little podcast.
We had to walk along the reservoir and hold hands and
My phone's
pretend like
blowing
we
up. I'm single
appreciate
as
each other.
We appreciate it. What happens when these mics are on? I'm going to secretly tape you. You motherfucker.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm going CIA. I'm going to Fox.
Fine.
All that travel, dude.
I brought Carl a hat. What'd you bring? You
Yeah.
took him to a bar. I brought him a
What did I
hat.
bring? I didn't bring you
Nothing.
Nothing.
A detonator.
I got Opie. I put Opie in a corner today.
Did
we were
you?
walking to Great Papayas, and I'm like, "He wants hot dogs." I'm like, "Wait a second.
Lady
So in my mind, I think everything I think the worst of everything. And Opie, I love Opie. And we're sitting there, and he's like, "I'm like, he wants hot dogs." The first thing I said to him is, "How many hot dogs do you get?" He was like, 2. I'm like, "What do you put on him?" He's like, "Mustard and sour." I'm like, "Okay, normal dude. I'm into it. Whatever." We get there. I do it all switcheroo. I go, "You're paying." He gigs out his wallet. He has $48. I said, "How does you walk out the street?" I have $48 in duct tape to my left
do,
toe.
yes.
I have
You're all
a
cash,
razor
you're cash
blade.
business.
No, he won't. Yes, constantly.
Yeah, Carl's all cash.
There's no. We can do a drug deal at any second.
A drop of a
At
dime.
any time, I can meet a drug dealer, and then in 5 minutes later, I'm the drug dealer.
Right. It turns into Yahtzee somehow.
We live in a plastic world. You don't need cash.
No, you don't. Cash still, right? It moves.
No,
everything.
it moves everything. You can still use Venmo for weed now too, so you don't really need it.
I mean, I
What's
go to
Venmo?
What's Venmo?
I don't know.
PayPal?
Oh, yeah. I don't.
It's like PayPal, Venmo. You know?
Okay, I know PayPal.
Venmo's, yeah, it's like PayPal.
Samsung.
Wait, what did Nick say? What do you say, Nick Solaris?
So you know about the internet, so we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, one day at a time, Nick. One day at a time.
So Ariana Grande, she's cool?
Yeah, she's cool as shit. She's
Right.
cool as shit.
She hung with
I
you?
met her one time before when I co-hosted the Fashion Awards at Lincoln Center with Nicole Richie like 2 years ago, and she was dating one of the One Direction dudes back then, and they both looked like they were 12 back then.
Right.
And she looked like she's 12 and a half now, but she was,
So-
really cool. The only reason that picture was a big deal though, because I put John in it too.
John Mayer.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was there too. That's right.
Yeah.
It looks like you guys are having
Can you?
a good time.
I said, let me book it, and he's famous
Let me-
motherfuckers.
all right.
And then And then Pete Davidson puts an Ariana Grande tattoo on his neck.
That's Pete, man.
Well, let me go
Opie,
with.
why does this
Bro.
Let me go with.
He's a young dude. Opie.
I feel like I'm
Although
on
he has the
fucking Wendy
memories
Williams show.
when that whole thing explodes, he'll still have the memories. Like, yeah, that's right. Remember the time.
He could always cover it up with a 9/11 something.
That's a good joke. That's
a
goddamn
solid
good joke.
joke.
That's
Thank
a
you.
fucking solid joke.
You can always be
I'm
like,
not backing off that goddamn
You can always
joke.
remember
That's a
something.
goddamn good joke.
Covered up with an eagle and an American flag.
And I'll never forget.
I want you to tell, maybe if you can, how John Mayer had you come over to help him teach Alicia Keys how to ride a Segway.
Oh yeah, when we're running Segway. But this, yeah. I don't even know if I can.
See,
yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's appropriate.
Come on, let's go. Let's go.
It's pretty
Let's
good.
go.
This was way
He can
before
scale it. Yes, he can
she
scale it.
was married and
yes,
everything.
totally. This is years ago. All my stories are from 1973.
Yeah. Yeah, he just told me to come over. Alicia's here. But I'm like, okay, I don't know who's Alicia. I'm thinking some girl we hung out with before.
Right.
I think I get over there, it's Alicia Keys.
Holy shit.
And I'm like, why are you bringing me here? She was to fuck you.
Because she was hitting on him and he brought him over because he wasn't interested. And he's like,
He was
come
just
over
not in.
and-
He was.
He wasn't into her?
He was into it, but he was just.
being nice or whatever.
did he
Why
want
don't you try to act like you ever dated a black girl before? Sometimes you gotta walk these dudes through it, huh?
No, but I think what's going on there is that he wanted to show off to you.
No, he needed help.
No.
I don't
was
think
help.
so. No.
He
Yeah.
needed
needed help.
assistance.
Yes.
Wait,
I'm a good wing, man. You
yeah.
gotta remember, I'm a good wing.
When I heard it from him, it was totally point guard assist.
So he's got her.
CP3.
He's got her, and he needs help. So he calls in the big gun.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
I got to call.
I mean, we just hung out.
I got to call for Sherrod on a wing.
We rode Segways. This is how big his apartment is. We rode riding Segways in this fucking apartment.
Really?
Yeah.
He made some mistake of telling me like 3 weeks later. And
Yeah.
now I've got the visual in my head of him.
She was so
She's on
fine.
the Segway, and like John Mayer's in front, and he's behind her,
Trying
and
to
they're
hold
trying
on.
to hold her on. Segway. Wow.
She was cool as shit,
the
too. She was really the
strangest
best.
fucking thing ever.
That's a good story.
She's hot too, bro.
Hot.
She is hot.
She got a sweet,
I might
sweet dumper.
Sings a good song too.
Yeah.
Which one?
Name it.
John actually talked to Ariana about because he said the only songs he liked on the radio was his one that he has out and hers is out right now, and he played along at home his guitar along with a song. She wants to put it on a track and maybe release it as a single. So there's a story.
I like that story.
Yeah, that's a good.
She was
preview.
really happy that he liked her song. She was fucking really happy.
You're right on.
She's hot.
Was everyone trying to get pictures with Ariana Grande?
No, you get thrown out of the comedy cellar. That's why I knew I was the only one who could do it.
And you got it done.
He gets
gets
thrown
away
out
with
of there.
murder.
You got
he
it
gets
done.
away with murder. He's been banned and brought back more than anybody.
Anybody.
More than anybody. For sure.
The last time was when Manny died. Oh, that was a sweet time.
That was.
Wait,
Well, right before he died.
could you tell us one banning story?
Oh, one time. Oh, okay.
Come on, I want to hear one.
Okay. This was right when.
I don't even know.
You know all
any of
my-
it.
Here's
I
one.
just know
You
he's
know
been
all
banned.
my ugliness. I need to hear
This
someone
was
else's
when
ugliness.
Manny, God bless him, I love him like
Love
a father.
Manny.
He was in a hospital right before he passed away, but he was still like doing well, but he was in a hospital. And everybody wanted to be like they was. Well, just when Melissa, the old manager, worked there. You remember Melissa?
Oh yeah.
And I'm just about to do my spot. Melissa comes running over to me. This had to be. Well, he died in 2003, so it had to be like
04 or
2003.
something like that.
04.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So she runs over to me like this. Look, it's a dead mouse on top of the sign on stage. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? It's a dead mouse on. I'm like, if you wouldn't have told me, I wouldn't even know. She's like, don't bring it up. I'm like, motherfucker, why are you telling me this? Now I have to bring it up. Now it's my job as a comedian to mention the dead mouse and point at it and put the mic to it and have him tell jokes.
the mouse did a tight 10.
In a tight 10 of dead mouse stuff.
You're gonna have to do 20 minutes on that. Of course.
And I went up. I'm like, it's like fucking Norton and Tails after me. I'm like, these dudes definitely want to do it. So I'm not gonna miss this opportunity. So I went up and did it, and she got mad and called, trying to get Manny. Manny was like, he didn't even know the whole story, but he's like, he's banned. And then a couple days later, he was like, I want you down at the club.
Yes.
Nah,
And I was
he's
like, but I don't have
amazing.
spots, Manny. He was like, I just want you there. You have spots tomorrow. Don't worry.
beautiful.
And I was
He,
like, I love
he was one of the best. We
best.
all went to his
The
funeral.
best.
Everybody, it was crazy good.
I even knew Manny. I
Manny
hung
was
with him
lovely.
many times back in the day when I was still going there a lot.
He is the comedy seller, man.
Of course,
Yeah.
It was
well. It
so-
still has its. It still has its his spirit, I should say.
Give you a ride
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
Give you a ride
Yes.
home. If
Remember, he
you're
used to
going
fake
uptown,
leave. He
drive
used
you
to
around.
leave. He used to leave, be like,
Yep.
I'm leaving. Circle the block
Yep.
to see if the employees came out to smoke because they knew he left and fire
shit.
people.
Favorite. That is
fake
my
out leave.
favorite.
See ya.
I'm a guest chef somewhere. I fired someone. It was my first
No.
guest chef firing someone in someone else's kitchen.
That's amazing.
I'm sitting there until 5 o'clock, like 5:30 in the morning. This kid's like, "Are you the Cuban?" I said, "My shirt says the Cuban, bro."
Right.
And it's 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm pissed now because I'm like a whore for money, right? So I'm like, "It's 5:30, bro. Yeah, I'm the Cuban." He goes, "I'm a big fan." I'm like, "That's cool, bro. Tell me about it later. I gotta fucking make breakfast for 400 people." Right. I'm cool. That's cool. I'm not a fan of yours.
I don't know who you are.
And then he's like,
Glad you like my eggs.
That's pretty crazy, man. That like you're in like my kitchen, like cooking at 5:30 in the morning. I'm like, that's cool, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you. The Cuban, yeah, get it. Fucking get away from me. And he comes up to me again. He's like, "Oh my god, I was just on your Instagram." I'm like, "You're done, bro.
You're done.
That's it.
You're done.
And I look at the chef who's now in the office.
Right.
And this is like his sous chef. And I go up to him, I'm like, "Larry, this piece of shit's got to go." and Larry's like, "Carl, he just, I mean, what did he do?" I'm like, "He said I was he was a fan." He's like, "That's bad?" I'm like, "It's fucking bad at 5:30 in the morning. You goddamn right."
Yeah.
And I had to fire him out of this a private event. The
You,
poor guy.
That is the worst, getting fired that early in the morning.
5:30 in the morning. He's like, "I got kids." I'm like, "Bro, you see
Doesn't
the president?
matter.
What he's up to?
Don't
kids
care.
Kids don't mean shit.
Nope. You're in a cage.
Look, you in the cage now. Go home."
You're an animal.
No, he's not. He's a good person.
And
5:30, Sherrod.
5:30.
It's early. I'm
You
telling
know
you, I
that.
hate it.
I've been with you. I've seen you be ugly at 5:30.
Yeah.
That was in a different way.
Yeah, that was a fall nighter, though. That was an all-night affair.
Me and you and Vic have been at 5:30. Easy peasy.
I don't like teethy blowjobs. That's not funny that way.
Fair enough.
Yelp that bitch 1 star.
Fair enough.
And Manny smoked pot right to the end, right?
Yeah, man, he smoked pot.
He was in
He
his.
used to give me
I think-
pot.
How
He'd
old was
give
he
you a
when he
ride
died?
home and load the bowl.
Yep.
And he would load it up.
He was
Maybe
72.
78. I thought he was,
was
older.
72.
Maybe-
He was only
maybe.
72.
I think so.
I thought he was older than that when he went.
I'm not sure, but I think so. My mother was 72, so I think
He saw some shit, man.
might
Down
have
in the
77.
West Village. He saw it all,
Oh,
right?
yeah, he used to own Cafe Fiend John around the corner on 7th,
No
7th
shit.
Avenue.
I know that
Way
place.
back in the day, yeah.
And the
That was his
wall.
first
They
spot.
own the wall.
And the wall.
Hendrix
And
and
the wall.
Dylan played at the wall.
Yeah.
Wait, but what's the significance of that place?
Cafe Fiend John was like, they just played music.
Israeli folk
They
music.
played,
Yeah.
That's
because
where the
Manny
cellar
was
is
in the
now.
band, too.
Yeah.
Manny was Este's husband was the
Queen
drummer.
Was the drummer in the band.
Yep.
Absolutely, and they were playing Israeli.
But that wasn't the most famous place where
the wall was around the corner.
wall
That
was
The
where-
wall was
that-
really famous,
yeah.
but Fiend John was pretty famous, definitely to Israelis.
I was teasing them at the strip last night on
Oh.
running Pete and Ricky Velez out on the same night. Pete was 17.
Yeah.
And Ricky Velez came in, and we were doing the lottery show, and
Yeah.
Sherrod and I were judges. So it was
And
like
I put them
Bad
both on the lottery show.
like
All my
Bad-
lottery show niggas.
Bad American Idol.
Mike Che,
Yes,
Ricky Velez,
absolutely.
Pete Davidson.
And Pete fucking murders, and
Yeah.
Ricky murders, and they
Kill.
crush. And then Pete says he makes the mistake of telling the owner how old he was, and the owner went, "Well, come back in 7 years when you're old enough to fucking look at it." And if Richie Team was famous, I would make $1 million for that impression.
I miss you guys.
Eddie Murphy's somewhere laughing
He
right now.
he sent him home at 17,
and he was
and
crushing
then he's on
already.
Saturday Night Live, 2 years later.
Not even.
Tops,
Yeah,
right?
something
Yeah.
like that. And then Ricky's on the nightly show with
Yeah, he
Larry
was right on
Wilmore.
one night.
Ricky,
So the two,
he's
I don't have enough time for you guys in here coming in here with it. Just cause Sherrod and fucking Henley enjoys what you're saying, I don't have a fucking time.
Can you say precious with that voice?
I would like to. Precious. How precious is a precious?
I don't have anything to add to this story except I'm so happy Opie's not talking about Ariana fucking Grande.
I'm going to go back to it the entire
So
podcast.
I mean, like,
She's a sweet girl, man.
I saw the picture, bro. Beige boots.
She liked my picture too. She liked it on Instagram.
She liked it on Instagram.
She liked both of them. I got a picture of me and Pete, and then the group picture. She liked both of them.
You know how you busted the World traveler as it being a CIA?
Yeah.
That this whole podcast, I'm going back to Ariana Grande. Oh my God!
Ricky took a picture of him and Pete, and she liked. I think.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were doing a on stage banter back and forth thing.
Oh yeah. They went on stage together. It was great.
Right,
and then we talked about the time they almost got molested by some dude who was giving them money and stuff.
Oh,
Some
I know
older
that
man.
story.
It
I do
happens.
know that story.
It happens. The
I
older dude.
totally know that story.
Well, now you got to tell the story.
I don't know.
They were hanging out with
I'm
some
not- it's
older
not my-
dude who was
thank
giving them
you.
money and weed. And they knew the whole time the dude wanted to fuck them. But they played it off and pushed
like my marriage.
hands off of legs. Turn one of these into a high.
I mean, Larry Nassar.
It's a funny ass
shit.
story. It's
Larry Nassar.
And they just knew how to play it.
They played it
They
out.
knew they
Yeah.
were they would be
Yeah.
all right at the
But
end.
then Pete was left alone with the dude.
Well, you got one of
We
those
should get Pete to tell
I
the
got a
story, and we're going to ruin this fucking story. We should-
You got the Boy Scout
Oh
story.
yeah, I got the free. Yes, I got a story like that. A narrow example.
No, I haven't.
I want to hear it.
When I had my boyfriend got fucking fondled with in a
I
canoe.
know.
No, in the canoe?
No,
Yeah, I
well,
jumped out.
Fred had a rough day because Sherrod knew something was bad and jumped out of the canoe.
Jumped out the canoe
and
before.
swam for his life. Poor Fred had a bad day.
Wait.
When he came back, because we
Yo.
were both on a canoe. About to
You
go
left
out.
him?
I left him.
You left him to get.
But he could have jumped out too, and he
Yes.
could swim.
Thank
we got
you.
the same merit
and you
badges.
let the guy
gotta
and you
swim
let the
for
guy
it.
play with his Twinkie.
Oh, did he? He came back. He never looked the same when he came back there.
Oh, he came back with that long stare.
Mystic River.
Started
The
hitting.
Tim Robbins Mystic River. Long
Kid went home
stare.
like, why the fuck is he hitting his dog all of a sudden, crying, punching his dog in the face?
I do got to be the asshole. Obviously, molestation isn't funny, but that story's hilarious.
I can't believe you left the man
He
behind.
jumped
jumped
out
out.
of the canoe and swam for his life.
This is a Boy Scout camp in Jersey.
When I was a little kid, my mother's super religious, right? Which always made me suspect that she
Ethnic
did-
parents always think somebody's going to molest you too.
Right, but wait, except my parents. My mom thought she talked to Jesus. She was dumb as shit when it came to shit like that.
Right.
And there was a church, a cathedral in Patterson, and there was a
Opie's dad's church.
a Monsignor. There's a Monsignor there, and they said, "Why don't
that's another
you
story.
take our son?
No.
Why don't you take our son and help him?
Our
And there's
delicious
me."
Cuban son.
right? And I'm like, Ma, like the first time I saw him, I was a bad street kid.
Right.
I'm like, that dude gay. That priest is gay. You know what I mean? And they're like, that's the Holy Spirit. And I'm like,
Oh,
no.
one of
The
those.
Holy Spirit's a bird.
One of those.
This guy's trying to show me his bird. It's
Right.
two completely different things. God help me. The first day I went there,
Right.
in the Herald News, which is the local paper, he's being prosecuted for molesting 4 altar boys. My father shows up from the tire shop in the white Cadillac. The priest opened the door. He's like, "Hey, Jesse." He goes, "Fuck you. Where's my kid?" I'm like,
What?
I'm in the back throwing rocks at pigeons because I was born from the devil. And then he's like, "You gotta go." I'm like, "I just hit a pigeon, Daddy, with a rock, and he's bleeding his eyes out." He's like, "Get in the car. These are gays."
The day of the first day?
First day.
That's crazy.
These are gays.
These are, I mean, my father didn't know.
I'm
You know,
throwing rocks at pigeons.
Just an innocent boy. Rocks at pigeons.
Having some fun.
That's his recipes.
I mean, I'm winging it.
His
I look
recipes
like
started real
Goose-
basic.
I look like Goose Gossage.
Fucking pigeon pate is delicious, bro.
Pigeon
Oh, yes, it
Pigeon
is.
pate is
Not
fucking
these.
delicious.
I had it in France, buddy.
No, I had it in England. It's
In
fucking
France,
delicious.
they'll kill a pigeon in a second and
Oh,
eat
yeah.
it.
Is it?
Pigeons are delicious.
Nah, come on, Carl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
They gotta. It's like dark meat on
It's
a chicken.
dove,
Like a pheasant, like a
quail.
quail.
Quail is
Quail.
white meat. Quail and
Quail's
pheasant are
great.
white meat, and I think dove and pigeons are dark
I hate
meat.
the dark
I bet you.
meat.
I bet you if I put some kale next to it and wrap it up with a D'Agostino's
All right.
wrapper.
I already
from
know
Upper
where
West
you're
Side,
going.
you know,
For him,
delicious.
oh, he would
Opie knows
love.
good
yeah,
food.
that's-
If I
Opie
could
plays stupid. Opie
get my
knows-
shaman to come in and bless the meal.
Did
What's
my
Shaman?
shaman kill that? Did my shaman kill that with an arrow?
He
For
shot
all
an
my
hands
arrows?
up
arrow
a-
through
Huh?
the
We have
dark
a
meat of
shaman
his
now?
heart.
Oh shit, Sherrod!
You don't know about
this?
this?
No. Are you paying some brown man to give you
Yes,
lessons?
yes.
Bro, this
Wait till you hear this story.
After we
Sherrod.
got fired, it was a little rough for a while, and I was trying to figure.
Nick Solaris just got knocked out.
Nick just fell down the stairs.
just
Nick
threw
Solaris just fell down the
Nick?
stairs. Onto a pile of meat.
I'm all right. The guy at the school makes
Holy crap, man!
I'm stealing
He's
Carl
good.
Bourbon.
It got him off the Shaman story. So anyway, Nick
No,
Solaris-
go back. Go back to the show.
no.
Tell the
Man,
Shaman story.
you got a chirp or anything? You going up the?
Things were a little weird after I was let go, which meant you guys were let go.
Okay.
I gotta look.
Got
at
a little
Sherrod.
weird.
We got fired by proxy.
Yeah, got a little. Well, you guys aren't really allowed back, right?
No, I went back. I did the Stern after
I've been
show.
back. I've been back on Bennington.
No, but they were
Norton
escorted.
and them invited me, and I'm just too lazy to get up at
escorted
6:30
who?
in the morning.
No, you got escorted around though. They wouldn't.
They
let,
would.
They wouldn't let
did-
you walk around
They
too
would.
much.
Right. They,
I'm on Jim and Sam every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Wait, they escorted you through the building?
No, they were not. They knew if they let me just walk back that I was going to yell at somebody
Oh, were you?
or make Larry laugh or see
yeah.
fucking Roland idiot or
What do
something.
you think? Of course he would yell at
Yeah, I
somebody
totally
if he
would.
had the
I was so
opportunity.
licking my chops.
Sherrod, first
so
of all,
happy.
in defense of
Of course he
Opie,
would.
I was so happy.
Vic Henley being escorted has nothing to do with Opie being fired because if
No,
we
that was way
remember
after the
correctly,
fact. Way after the fact.
he was up for a salary negotiation.
Oh, right,
and they did, and he
you're
wanted
right,
he
right.
wanted $85 a day, and they said 86, and he fucking set the place on fire. Remember
Yeah, I
that?
remember.
Well, that was me.
That was before.
Yeah, but
No,
he's
that was
still-
fucking 2005.
Yeah, that's when.
That's an
Yeah,
Auburn boy.
I didn't even know them.
Yes or no? Are you still mad about it?
Yeah, because they were lying. Because they were
liars.
fucking lying.
I speak Alabama.
Don't say you don't pay this when I know you fucking pay this.
I told you.
13 years later. It's as real as if it happened yesterday.
Welcome, you're a liar. You're a fucking sack of shit liar.
go.
This explains the 2 marriages.
All right.
And that guy thought you were calling him a sack of shit liar. by the way.
That was an old producer from SiriusXM.
I scared Bob. Bob was walking in the neighborhood again.
I should say we're right on the sidewalk on 72nd Street at
Oh,
this
my
great
God.
beer culture place called
I love
Gebhards.
it.
Yes.
But anyway, got a little weird after we got let go. I was
Right.
wandering and trying to figure shit out, and I do some
Shaman.
meditation and yoga. And,
Shaman.
and then my wife said, I know the shaman guy.
And I do like his wife.
How long is the
I
ponytail on his
she's
Shaman? You got a
wonderful. She's a
ponytail? How many
wonderful
earrings? How
human
many
being.
piercings?
He dresses the part. Yeah.
Okay.
He's
No,
got
he said dashiki.
he's got everything.
Fucking
He
whole
came in
thing.
full gear, which
Look
is
like Africa Boombata.
He like
And the
Wakanda-
Soul Sonic Force.
like Wakanda of the world. Wakanda forever. You had Black Panther in your house.
Cleveland rocks to the planet rock.
Oh my God! Poor Opie goes to
Don't
his wife. He
stop.
goes, "Listen, I just go to the other room, have a glass of wine. We are now in Wakanda."
What happened? So he came in
So he came in full gear, and
with
he's
his rings made out of wood.
He had rings, he had necklaces, he had tribal drums, more than
Carvings,
one.
nigga.
He had tree branches.
Yeah.
He had Peruvian dust.
Yes.
He
Me too.
had.
Oh, tell him. Yeah.
He built
He
up.
thought he did heroin.
I'll get there.
Sounds
No,
like
sorry.
it does.
He built.
My bad.
He
I'm
built
gonna go
a-
smoke a
he-
cigarette. I heard this. Story.
All right, he built a shrine.
Right.
He had gems, all the shit, and then we meditated. He did some Reiki.
What did he
Okay.
smell
then-
like?
Huh?
What did he smell
Incense?
like?
Sage.
Yeah, all that. Yeah, of course. Like
Patchouli.
patchouli.
Sage.
Chili oil.
Oh, he had all that.
Right.
Cilantro.
Lighting candles all over the place.
Right.
You know,
Look
it's
at Sherrod's face.
Did it work? I'm just concerned if it worked or did he steal your fucking stereo set? I can say it.
so. We didn't know how deep we were getting into, and then he pulls out a pipe.
Right.
And he goes, "All right, you ready?" And I'm like, "Ready for what?"
Here we go.
He's like, "These plants that I'm going to blow up your nose has healing properties."
I'm in so far.
You're still in.
I'm still in.
Right.
And we're in deep meditation. I'm like, "All right,
We're
I
in
guess."
deep
Does he break the they muddle the plants in
Yes!
front of you?
Yeah.
This is a pro. No, this dude's a
No.
pro.
It smelled like
It's Meryl Streep in that Chris Cooper movie. I'm forgetting it. Charlie Hoffman wrote
Oh,
it.
yes.
where they
Anyway,
were
that's
trying.
good. Yeah, anyway, go ahead.
So then he goes, grab the other end of the pipe and put it in your right nostril and plug up your left. I'm like, all right. And then he goes,
What
breathe.
kind of big blow?
He goes, breathe in, and as I'm breathing in, he goes
Oh no.
and blows the Peruvian dust up my right nostril. My whole right side of my body is instantly on fire. On fire.
Oh my.
Every nerve ending is lit.
You see what a wife can get you to do?
Lit. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm panicking at this
Right.
point. I'm like, I feel
Is your
like,
face and everything red?
I don't know. 'Cause
Okay.
I refuse to open my eyes because
Right.
I'm in such a weird place now.
Right.
And then he's like, you ready for the left side? I'm like, is it going to get any worse than this? Because my whole right side just fire.
Right.
And he goes, no. I'm like, all right, I went this far.
Right, why turn
And then he
back?
goes, all right, breathe in. Take the pipe to your left nostril and goes, "Pah!" And just my whole body's lit. And then I'm just like,
He told me 2 days later, I think I did heroin. I'm not really sure. He sends me a text. He's like, I think I just did heroin.
well, then I'm like,
Did you wake up 2 days later?
I'm panicking. I'm paranoid. My heart's pounding. I'm like, am I gonna drop dead of a heart attack? Every nerve ending is on fire. I'm seeing pretty much red.
Right.
And then we're still meditating, and I'm breathing, and I'm just trying to get through this. And I'm
Right.
like, am I doing heroin? Like, I've never done heroin. I don't know. But I'm like, is this?
No,
something-
it's a nicer feel than that. No, I'm guesstimating.
That's what I told him too. I'm like, that wasn't heroin.
And then he's pounding on the tribal drum as loud as he can. The neighbors are getting pissed off. What? I'm rocking. My kids are like, what the fuck's going on with daddy?
Your kids are there?
Well, they're in another room, but they keep trying to peek in. So then my wife's leaving the room, and he's pounding on the fucking drum, and then he takes his branches, and he's rubbing the branches all over me, and then he's like, all right, I'm going to now fire arrows at your at your enemies. He's firing arrows.
Into the room?
Imaginary. We're now in an alternate space.
Okay, couldn't he imagine the stuff he blew up your nose?
Did he have an actual bow and arrow?
No. But
Oh, so you're
But he
just
says it's the-
miming? You're miming.
Yeah, he says it's these special Peruvian plants that
Right.
go in and heal.
I know
your shit.
Peruvian
Yeah.
plants are right.
Honestly, though,
That
after
cocoa leaf.
You want me to call my shaman? His name is Julio.
here's the worst
Yes,
part,
say
which
that
I didn't.
Is that the
I
one from
love
Liverpool?
Julio.
What's the worst part? That's not the worst part.
Worst part now, you're getting dizzier and dizzier. There's a lot of tobacco in this shit that blew up in my nose as well. And then I'm like, holy fuck! Now I'm like, can I lay down? So now I'm flat on my back,
Right.
and it's getting worse and worse. And then he starts burping a lot, and he's like, "This is." He's like, "This is." 'Cause
I don't remember this part.
I didn't tell the whole. I never told the whole
remember
story.
this part,
I never
no.
told the whole
He
story.
just remembered.
He's starting to burp, and he's like trying to say that that's bringing out negativity and all this whatever. And then I'm starting to burp, right?
Right.
And I'm feeling sicker and sicker, and he's like, "Good, let it go, let it go. This is going to get rid of a lot of negativity and stress in your life." And then he's like, he whispers, I hear this. He goes, "Go get the wastebasket. It's time." And I'm
You
like,
can
what the
throw up?
fuck's going on? I puked worse than I ever have in my life in the next hour. And then finally, there was nothing else to puke, and I lay on the ground like, what the fuck? I still will not open my eyes. I'm so freaked out.
Right.
Then I hear him whispering to my wife, like, he's going to be good now. He's all right. He's all right. And then he walks out and leaves.
Right.
She pays him. She pays him some kind of fucking cash. And then my wife comes in. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I still won't open my eyes. Then I desperately want ice cream, so I ate a shitload of ice cream.
Always a good choice.
And then,
Always
and
a
then
good choice.
I'm sick like I have the flu for the next 2 days, just off and on dry heaving. And I finally it was like a horrendous hangover. And then 2 days later, I'm finally sort of back to normal.
How long ago was this?
It was a few months ago.
And did you feel better?
Yeah, in a weird way, I did.
So was it worth it?
And that's the saddest admission.
No,
Yeah.
in a weird.
That is the fucking
In a weird way, I
saddest
did.
goddamn thing.
Ready for this?
No, he calls me immediately.
I'm like, yo, Vic, Opie's checked out.
Yes, something has gone horribly wrong.
That's what it took.
I'm like, Thurston Howells has gone crazy.
Yes, he did. Lovey has lost his mind.
It was so fucked up that I did it a second time.
You did it twice?
I did it twice. And then I finally told my wife, I don't know if this is safe. I'm done. And she's
Right.
like, yeah, no, we're done. This has gone way further than I ever expected this to be.
Twice.
He's
Watch
like
this show. Good night, everybody.
in the Sherrod, in the yoga community in New York City, like the hardcore.
Wait, whoa.
No, I got to just say this: the hardcore yoga
What's the
community in New
yoga
York City.
community?
He's known?
He's really known for his Reiki and stuff that some people
I
believe
thought you
in.
said rapey. He raped Opie.
But she
Like,
never,
he's really
she
known.
never expected the Peruvian dust and the pipe and all this other
Right.
horse shit.
And he blew the thing up your nose twice.
Yeah, he
And
let him do
The
it.
second time was it better than the first time?
I knew what to expect, so I wasn't as freaked out. But
right.
I was like, "This is a ride, man. This is crazy." But I will say, I can't admit this in front of you, fucks.
Say it.
I felt my dad's presence when I was deep in meditation,
Right.
See, I
with
can't
the
even make fun of
Peruvian.
you.
No, you can. I don't give a fuck.
I can't.
No, please
I'll
do.
go back with you.
Yeah,
Fine. No,
let me at least get this out and then beat
get
the
it.
shit out of me. But I felt this weird presence, like my dad, like was okay, and there was like this pure love and this like peacefulness.
Right.
I saw him. I'm like, that's weird.
Right.
I don't know what it was. I'm not going to try to sit here and say I believe in. But I remember thinking, this is something, and I knew I couldn't really describe it in human terms what I was feeling,
Right.
deep in meditation. But I knew my dad's presence was like all around me.
That's interesting.
I gotta
So-
go home and tell
This
my
just
dad.
reminds me of
Because he's a skeptic.
There's
So
a
if this motherfucker's
viral there
saying-
you can look on. There's a viral intervention episode where she's just babbling, and then all of a sudden she goes, "Hello, my dad."
My dad.
It's a classic. It's
I don't know that one.
it's a very famous. Seriously,
I love the black man that just breaks down in the famous cry.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm ready to talk about Ariana Grande. My fucking
Bravo,
bad.
sir.
But the sh-
Bravo.
But it was one of these things where we were trusting this guy. And next thing, my wife is like, "He's now blowing Peruvian dust up your fucking nose." And then we're like, why did we agree to all this? Like, we're just this trusting? Like, you know what I mean? It was crazy.
That's what
Yeah.
white people do. That's why you get killed
That's
on
that
vacation.
white guilt
No,
guy.
White people with money.
That
Thank
white
you, thank you, Nick.
That's why
Solare.
rich white people die on vacation.
Absolutely.
Like swim with the sharks. I'm like, fuck you. I'm going at the bar.
Yeah, at the bar, baby.
I just love,
WPP.
I just love the look of incredulity on his face the whole time. You're looking at him like, what the fuck?
I
is
just
wrong
like
with
that you use incredulity.
Incredulity.
The only defense I have is like, some of the little stuff we were going to do, like bless the apartment a little bit, a little meditation together and that. I'm like, all right, yeah, that's what, it can't hurt. But
Right.
then next thing I know, fast forward a couple hours, I'm on the floor puking my brains out going, what the fuck did we get ourselves into?
That's a handful.
It was
That
nuts.
sounds like a Tuesday
And then I'm
back
thinking-
at the homestead.
But then I'm thinking, is this how like another way to get someone hooked on something as a drug dealer? Like, hey, now you need some more. The medicine man's got to come back now.
Well, if that's your problem.
Well, I was getting paranoid, is what I'm saying. Like,
Oh, yeah, that's
what is
part of
this
it.
really?
That's part of it. If you're starting to get hooked on it, you could switch shamans. I'll call Julio. He comes. He also has wood jewelry, but it's in the shape of a brass knuckle.
He will take your jewelry. He would take
He will
your
take your
jewelry.
jewelry. Lock Lindsay in the bathroom till he leaves. He's very touchy.
He's a handsy shaman.
It's a handsy man.
Me and Julio down by the
Schoolyard, Paul Simon.
That shit is crazy though. The blowing in the nose thing.
They didn't. I mean, my neighbors did not appreciate the tribal drumming at all.
Wait
He
a minute.
literally told me he was.
But that
he
part
wasn't
I liked.
faking. He
You
went.
telling me
I think some fucker just shot heroin in my
a
face.
luxury high-rise
He
building
said
in
it.
New York City, in Manhattan, Upper West Side.
Yeah.
Didn't enjoy tribal drumming. That's what you're trying to tell me? I don't believe you. I can't.
really funny.
I'm not buying that. Ain't your neighbor Kunta Kinte?
I think that's the whole shaman story.
Bring in the funk. Bring in the noise.
Yeah.
God, I wanted to hear that shaman story for so long, and now I didn't want to hear it.
I could have done with all
You
the
were
other
there.
horse shit,
You were
but
there.
but the drums.
No, I went to the
drumming was
apartment.
cool.
No, they cleaned up all the shaman shit before I got there.
but I
You
thought
can go to
you were
Central Park and get the drumming for free, man. They got a whole
no,
tribal
I-
drum thing.
I've
over
hung
there.
Wally Collins.
Wally's over there playing. That's
Still
right.
drumming. He's
Bro,
still
I've hung
drumming.
out. I've
He's still
hung out with the
drumming.
tribal drumming in the park.
I love
cool
those
as
guys.
shit.
Love 'em.
And then you've done the roller skaters then.
Yeah, the city skaters.
I like the dude on
That's
the
my
baby
crew.
grand piano down in Washington Square Park.
Oh yeah.
Because I can't figure out how he gets the fucking piano in there.
Remember they had all those decorative pianos around the city where you could play?
Right.
They
Yeah.
left some of those downtown. Like so you can find some of those still out that people still play in the public. This was great.
Now what I do that I'm single, I troll supermarkets. Like I sit by the vegetable section, and a girl will come up and she's
Hey,
like,
aren't you Carl?
Yeah, she's like, aren't you the grocery champion? I'm like,
Yeah, I
well, as a
am.
matter of fact, I
Yes, I am.
You're like, what are you doing in my living room?
I just happen to be hanging by the meat section.
The other day, this woman, she was
I
like,
drink now.
she was like 50 something. Here, have some bourbon. It's delicious. Carl's home. It's gonna be fine.
Carl's home. I love that you're hanging out in supermarkets. They don't recognize you unless you have a cantaloupe in your hand.
The minute I check an
Melons.
the minute
He mixes it up.
Yeah.
He mixes it
Yo,
up.
true story. So the other day they had a.
It's like
the
when
other day.
it's like when you saw your teacher out and about, and you're like,
Yeah.
Who is that? Oh, that's my teacher.
Oh, it's like saying Willie Randolph without a Yankee uniform. It's like,
let
nigga,
me-
I don't know you.
I got to be honest with you guys. Being in my 40s, being on the Food Network, and
Shout out
hanging
to
out in
Willie
the
Randolph.
supermarket is epic.
I can imagine.
I was hanging out the other day, and they just had champagne mangoes, which just came into season.
What are those? What are those? Like golden? The golden ones?
You're not a girl. I'm not going to tell you.
I want a champagne.
If you were next to me, I'd be like, keep it moving, black boy. I'm fucking trying to hook up here. So check this out.
Champagne mangoes?
So
sounds
this
nice.
lady, she looks at the mangoes,
That's the
and
name
I
of
just
my second
ease up
comedy
like
album.
a vampire. She didn't even see when I showed up.
Right.
And I'm like, it's all by weight, and you have to dent the skin, and if the skin doesn't spring back, they're
yeah.
ready to go. She goes, "Who are you?" I'm like, "I'm Fat Jason Bourne."
Let's go. Tim
Right.
Sabian has arrived.
The man who doesn't pay us has just showed up.